Hello and welcome to Happy Foot Sad Foot presents Oops, All Banter.
Oops.
I'm Travis Helwig.
And I'm Darren Miller.
And guess what?
Here we are.
You made it to the Banter episode. And look, if you're like most of our listeners, you say, I love the first 3 minutes of the podcast where you talk about absolutely nothing the most.
Yeah. I mean, what we're seeing in our analytics reports is just a lot of people really enthusiastically listening to that first 3 minutes and then dropping off. But returning to that every episode.
It would be very funny for someone to see people stop listening at the 3 minute mark and be like, that means they're loving the beginning and not that they hate the rest. Yeah. Or like that they're annoyed.
I think that person just gave up on us. No, au contraire, my friend. That person loves the banter.
They keep trying to, like, I guess I'll give this a shot. Nope, I made it 3 minutes. Fuck this bullshit. Well,
yeah, this episode's for all the people who get to the first segment and rewind for the thing that isn't technically a segment at all.
If you're one of those people that does double speed through or no, you do half speed through the banter. So you can really savor it like a fine wine. So what we're going to do here is we kind of don't really know. We're going to fuck around. We asked you guys for some questions. We got so many. We're going to answer as many as we can get through in the time of this.
We should do an actual mailbag at some point where we answer questions like that are relevant.
Yeah. I mean, we could do that. Sure.
Not
some
now,
of these questions are relevant.
We're not going to do those.
I will. Okay. Before we get to the banter, I feel like maybe we should do the banter before the banter at the top.
Yes.
Where we
banter.
Yeah. We got to get some of the jitters out. So before we get to the banter, it's time for banter before the banter.
Wow.
So how you doing?
How's it going?
Weather's pretty good. It's hot. At the gate I've been picketing at, they chopped down the tree and there's no shade. And now for some reason, France cares about it. Like it's the biggest news story in the world.
Oh, they do?
That they cut this tree
What happened
down.
with France?
No, I just mean there's newscasters internationally are showing up at my tiny picketing gate that's normally 5 people because Universal Studios cut down our tree shade.
I did see that. That makes France, I feel like, is a lot more. There's a lot of workers there who are just like, what's that? A labor dispute?
Yeah. They're on a plane right now ready to burn a bus in front of Universal Studios.
Hey, we're here to teach you what real picketing is like.
They set on fire the Waterworld stunt show.
Guys, you're getting war wrong.
Yeah, I mean, so I've been hot in the sun. In the
hotter
shade.
Than you should be.
Yeah. How have you been, Darren?
Also hot, not as hot. I don't know.
We just watched the All-Star game, which was as good as I imagined it would be.
It was about as good as most All-Star games in most sports,
if all the All-Stars played for one team. If in the NBA All-Stars, they put all the best players on the East, and on the West, it was just scrubs.
Are we as good as teams in other leagues yet? No? Okay. Well, this is the best we've got.
I've really enjoyed watching the East versus West ones recently, or the us versus Mexico ones recently. And it's just so weird that I know that they put butts in the seats and it sells tickets and it'll get views. And maybe it was an Apple thing, but it's like, what did you think would happen? What did you really think would happen? You think Hani Mukhtar is going to beat Arsenal? Hani Mukhtar is very good. Arsenal's maybe the second best club in the world.
Just a reminder, Arsenal is Arsenal. You might have forgotten that part about Arsenal.
Somebody tweeted or texted us, maybe it was Kellen, that was like, players not good enough to play for Arsenal are not good enough to beat Arsenal. Like, yeah, it makes sense.
That's an interesting point that I guess no one brought up in the boardroom when they were deciding this.
I don't know, man. I tend to love All-Star Weekends.
Oops. You've made it to a dead end. That means you're not a Patreon subscriber. And if you'd like to watch the whole episode or listen to the whole episode, you can just by becoming a friend of the foot at patreon.com/happyfootsadfoot.
And I want all of you to know that Darren just came up with that oops, you made it to a dead end thing on the top of his head. I had no idea he was going to do that. And it was pretty good. It's much better than the edit that we just recorded where I did it, and we're going to use this one.
You ruined the illusion again, Travis. 2 for 2.
Well, they won't know that I ruined it 2 for 2 because this is the only one that they will ever hear.
Well, I guess that makes me 1 for 1. Oops again.
Patreon.com/happyfootsadfoot if you want to. Whatever. We can end it wherever. Okay.
We can end it wherever is definitely going to the final cut of this.